Good morning, everyone. I'm coming to y'all from my cell phone. My voice is kind of out of it. But I was on Sharon Rico show and I was listening to Shaman. And I was listening to Sharon. Shout out to Sharon and Shaman who really bring us all sides um, of the skits and tell it like it is. Whether we agree or disagree, we have to be honest with our hearts. And as I was looking at the comments and I was commenting myself, God reminded me of how much my real life story relates to Amber. Yesterday, when I did the phone call, my mom watched it and she was like, I said, Mom, what you think? And she said, I think that people are going to see your real life. They're going to see your story versus Amber and Anthony's. And I didn't get it to this morning. 2011, I suffered the biggest heartache of my life. I mean, I had been in love with this guy for 14 years. He was my world, my heart. It literally took me like 15 years, no lie. I'm talking about within the last maybe 3 years, I finally got over with him. Finally got over him, I feel. I was in love with him from like, 1996 to when we broke up in 2011. That's the time span that we dealt with each other. And then 15, about 10, because it's about 2023, 10 additional years or so, every guy I dated, I compared him to him. But we broke up in 2011. Then the guy I was in love with in high school came back into my life. I was at my house and I was like, God, at the time, I think I was 34 years old. No, yeah, 34 years old. I said, God, if it's not meant for me to have children and if it's not meant for me to get married, I'm okay with that. God, if you want me to be alone, I'm okay with that. But I never want to hurt like this again. Because again, I just broke up with the guy I had been on and off with almost 14 years. So I was crying out to God. At that time, Facebook had just got popping. Then pops up on my screen. I know this not Rashan. It was the guy I dated in high school. We had never crossed the line. I was a virgin when we talked. A virgin. I was a virgin until summer after I graduated. So it wasn't somebody I was sexually attached to. So when he popped up on my screen, Facebook, how you doing? How you been? I was like, God, I know you ain't doing this. He knew the Bible. He knew scriptures. He had came searching for me once before after I graduated high school and I was actually with somebody else. He drove all the way to Marshall, Texas with my little brother. Little brother is my witness. And he said, I love you and I want to be with you. I turned him away and I told him I was with somebody else. So fast forward, several years later, just broke up with my ex. He resurfaces. You couldn't tell me this one guy. He knew the Bible. He was handsome, hardworking. He checked the boxes. But then I found out he was married. He told me. So it wasn't a secret. He told me, I'm married. I said, we can't really build a future if you're married. And he was in another state. Let me add that. He was in another state. We were talking long distance, but we continued to talk. He told me everything I want to hear biblically, but he was still married. Eventually, he made that trip to Texas. When he came to Texas, we went to church together. We, I mean, it was just like a whirlwind. It was like, oh my God, I've been searching for you all these years, and now I'm not gonna let you go this time. I was happy. This is why I went through all that pain with that other guy, was for this moment. Before his divorce was completed, before his divorce was completed, he asked me to marry him. I said yes. He gave me a ring, but in my heart, I was not healed. I never cheated on him. Never. But I was not healed. I was not healed. Eventually, I get pregnant. Divorce takes place. He got legally divorced. He moved to Texas. We lived together, happy, beautiful baby. I had a high risk pregnancy to the point of my doctor said, if you want to stop the pain from your pregnancy, you have to have an abortion. I said no. If my baby is meant, it will be. Because again, at this time, I'm 35. So the biological clock is ticking. I was in pain 9 months of my pregnancy. I was going to church every day. Not every day, that's exaggeration. But I was deep in church. He was deep in church. Then came habits. Not for me, habits. Then came other things that I didn't see at first. And I'm not going to go into details out of respect because I do respect this person. When I say the grass ain't greener, y'all, it ain't. You couldn't tell me that was not my soulmate. You cannot tell me that I was not living my best life. When I say I want Amber to heal, I'm coming from a place of I've been there, done that in real life. You can be happy, ecstatic, on top of the world. But if you go into a relationship, whether it's somebody new you just met, or somebody like in my situation, I once upon a time loved, didn't disrespect me, somebody I had never had sex with prior to us reuniting in 2011. I met him in 1996. We stopped dating. I was in love with somebody else, had just broke up with somebody else. And you could not have told me God didn't send him to me. The best thing that happened, the marriage never took place. The marriage never took place. If you don't heal yourself before you jump into another relationship, it is doomed. This man checked all my boxes, and I knew him from the past. And I want to go tell this story because it's super duper personal. And that's why I'm not going to give the details. He has moved on with his life. He's happy. And I'm happy for him, amen. But I'm happy for him. Amen, amen again. I won't say that God didn't have anything to do with it because I have a beautiful, beautiful son, my only child. When I thought God wasn't going to let me bear a child. So even in the midst of it not working out, God still gave me a beautiful child. But I'm telling you, in real life, so forget the skits. I'm telling you in real life, if you are broken, if you just got out of a relationship or you still in a relationship, a person, a human being cannot heal you. God has to do that. God. We grew up in an era where people said if you want to get over one man, get up under another one. We live in an era where they say it's cheaper to keep her. They told the men it's cheaper to keep her. Johnny Taylor, I believe. They tell women just to get you somebody else. Make sure you get a man to take care of you. Get the man who wants you, not the one you want. I'm single now, but you know what? It's okay. I'd rather be single and happy than with somebody and crying. With somebody and asking them every day, do you love me? Is this really gonna work out? Do you like me? Am I talking too much? Am I pretty enough? Women, under the sound of my voice, if you don't love yourself alone, can't no man create love for you. That's why I'm so passionate. And it hurts me sometimes when I look at the comments and women call this happiness. Women call a man sleeping with you every night, knowing that you belong to somebody else, happiness. When you still crying, when you still broken, it's not happiness, y'all. It might be feel that way for the moment, but I promise you, when that reality hit, that you still broken, speaking from experience, you realize that the grass wasn't greener. When you realize that man needed to heal too, that he had demons, demons you didn't know about, baby, that yes sir ain't gonna mean nothing to you. And you'll be fighting for your damn life just to stay above the water. Those type of tears. And y'all, I can't see the comments right now. I'm just talking. But y'all, I'm speaking from experience. I told y'all months ago when I was first starting this channel, my reviews come from how I was raised, my beliefs, but most of all, my experiences. They come from my experiences. And I still won't go too deep into my testimony because I don't want nobody to look at him bad. Because if it wasn't for that situation, again, I would not have my beautiful 13-year-old son. If it were not for that experience, I wouldn't be able to tell women happiness has to come from you, has to come from God, not your friends, not your counselor, not your mama, God. And guess what? I still ain't there yet. I'm still not there yet. It's hard for me to trust people now. I've been in situations where I'd rather be casual, y'all know what I'm talking about, casual with a man than be in a relationship with a man because I don't want to be hurt. If you don't fix your brokenness, a man can't. If y'all don't look at this character of Amber and you don't see that she hurt, you ain't lived long enough. Because Mama now always said, keep on living, keep on living. And I've dealt with trolls. Like I said, I can't see the comments now. So I don't know if a troll in here or not. But y'all, keep on living. Keep on living. People can't hear you. Anthony, everybody sees Anthony, Tanisha, they wrong. And they are dead ass wrong. But just like in my situation, just because your marriage not working, don't mean the next person can fix your marriage and what you wanted in your life and you wanted your life to be. Me and him hurt each other. Let me say that again. Me and him hurt each other. He had things he needed to deal with alone. Divorcing his wife didn't fix it. Getting with me didn't fix it. Me getting with him didn't fix what my ex did to me emotionally. And nobody never put their hands on me. But the emotional trauma, y'all quit saying God ain't in these skits. Because he is. I promise you God in these skits. As twisted and crazy as it is, God is absolutely in these skits. But we don't like that Job experience. If you've never read the book of Job, read the book of Job. It got ugly. You could even say that Anthony might go through a Job experience where God gonna let him lose it all. But he did. Job got it back. He could divorce Amber and lose it all. But what God mean to be together, what God put together, it can still come back after a divorce. I'm gonna get off here because I got some things to do, but I'm gonna come back later. This is just part one of my testimony. Y'all, Life is not all bad, but all smiles ain't happy. All smiles not happy. Because if I could go back, that temporary joy, it feel good. You feel like you're winning. But if you don't heal, if you don't let God work it out, you're going to keep repeating the same cycles. Same script, different cast. Whoever writing this for Amber, they experienced it or they've seen it before. Because in real life, happiness don't come in a Dave. Happiness don't come in a Denisha and a son. Happiness don't come with money. Happiness come when you purge your soul and let God fix you so you don't mess up somebody else's life. It get lonely. Oh, it's lonely. I'd rather see the Amber character lonely than keep repeating the same cycle. I'd rather see Anthony alone in that big house than to destroy it with fillers. I'll talk to y'all later. I hope somebody got something out of my little old testimony. He see if you know, watch as well as pray.